Drill a hole like right here. Okay, big enough for that connector, this connector, to fit through it, okay? Okay, I drilled a 1/4-inch hole right here. What a mess, okay. So you can see the hole right there. Peekaboo, peekaboo. Yeah, right here. Okay, so that's hopefully, it was a 1/4-inch hole. Looks like we might have to make a bigger hole. It's not going to fit. That or we could slot it. I'm thinking we should probably slot it. Probably, yeah. Let's slot it. So I'm gonna go get I'm gonna get my Dremel tool, and we're just gonna make this elongate this a little bit. Well, I'll go left and right. That's what I'll do. Okay. So let me just take the camera out. Okay, this is what I got going on here. There's the hole right there. I elongated it with this. It turns out if you use this on a higher setting a little bit, it just melts right through the cover, and it's perfect. It just goes right through it. So this is going to go like this. Okay. I don't know if we're going to be able to disconnect it from this anymore. This connector right here. So hopefully we won't have to get to that. So, but that goes in there now. See it popping out here, and this is just going to ride forward like that. Okay, and I could probably tape it to here, you know. Okay. Okay, and I'm thinking it's going to mount somewhere like that. You won't see the hole because it's covering it. That's the good thing. Okay, and this will be connected. Like, I guess it's going to be connected underneath here. So it might be a good idea. Might be a good idea to tape all this stuff here, right here. Just tape it to the cover or something. Okay. Okay. So the next part, so we're gonna go. We're gonna actually go glue this sucker on there using the JB Weld. Okay. All right. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is clean the cover with some alcohol first to make sure it's clean. So it sticks on it really good, just on the parts we're going to mount it on. Okay. Do it one more time. All right. Let that dry for a minute, and then let's go start kneading our our putty. Okay, so here it is, JB Weld putty is what this is, or quick weld or quick steel, whatever they call it. There's a lot of different names. So I'm gonna break off a piece. So this is actually exactly what they did. Oh, there's a plastic around it. It's kind of annoying. Oopsie. This is exactly what they used in the on the e-bike, the electric bike forum. Okay, well, some of this is not good anymore. Probably some of it I don't want to use. Okay. Okay, so the thing about this is it sets really quickly. So you're going to want to knead. I'm going to knead it until you can't see the black part in the center anymore. Okay. And you'll feel it. It'll start to get hot and it'll smell kind of funny. That's how you know it's working. So this is kind of an old tube. I don't know if it's going to work anymore. so but I know when it starts to get hot, you know it's working. Okay. And you have to work fast. Cures in like 5 minutes. It gets hard in like 5 minutes. I feel it's starting to get warm, but that might be my body heat, I don't know. Okay, I don't know if that's enough, but hopefully it is. Okay, I want it to be a little bit like that. So what I'm going to do is stick this on the side here. I think I might need a little more. Stick this on this side right here. Remember, you got to work fast. I can smell it. I can smell it. It's working. I don't think I have enough for both sides. We need a little bit more. Okay, sorry, Hazemega apologizes. He didn't get the molding part on video. Why is this so wet? I hope that's just water. Okay, so there it is. It's pretty hard right now. I can't even dent it with my fingernails. So that's what it's gonna look like. It looks a little ghetto. It's a different color than the cover, but that's okay. So the battery thing is a little different too. So there it is. I took the plastic protective cover off. So there it is. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and hook it up right here. Yeah, you can't hook it up wrong. Just make sure you hook the wires, the colors up right. Okay, that's how it'll be forever now, forever and ever. And the good thing is that when I flip the cover up, it kind of follows the cover already, so I don't really have to worry too much about that. And it's a pretty secure connection. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fire the bike up. Doesn't look like this is going to go anywhere. Boom. It works. Okay. Yeah. So there it is. So I can read the state of charge from the battery, for the Sauron battery right there. Yeah, so I can see the Sauron battery state of charge right here, and then I can see the voltage right here. So I have to actually program this. I think I remember how to do it. I actually have the manual for it, so we'll go and do it. I'm going to use the settings that are in the I'm going to use the settings that are in the other one that I have, that one that's hanging right there. And then so forever, this one will forever be just connected to the charger. So that way, when I'm charging my Lightspeed battery, I can tell what its state of charge is while it's charging. So I might just zip tie it to the cable or something, so it doesn't, so it doesn't flop around too much, or I'll just zip tie the wire a little shorter. I'm not sure. We'll figure something out. I might just zip tie it to the charge cable. That should work. Or it's not long enough to fit the charger to go all the way to the charger. What would have been nice is if I could make the cord long enough where we could just mount it on the charger itself, But I think it'll be fine if I just connect it to the bike, the wire for the charge cable. Okay, so this is the stuff that I use. Is JB Weld. Quick JB Weld, I think, is what they call it. There's other brands. I think it's called Quick Steel. There's other brands that make this. It's basically a putty. It's a putty that you mix. It's like an epoxy putty sorta, and it gets really hard and really strong. So that's what I use. Pretty cool. So you guys will see that when I ride around with it. I'll probably take my bike for a spin out tomorrow. If I wanted to, I could grind this. I could grind this so it looks kind of smoother, or sand it so it looks nicer and smoother. It looks a little ghetto right now. I put a lot more here than here, so this side actually turned out better. So I think I just put way too much. But yeah, there it is. Pretty cool. It works good. Okay, so I just need to program it, and then we're done. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the Lightspeed battery back in, and then program it, and then I'll show you the final product. All right, Hazemega. Okay, all right. Hazemega forgot to press the record button, so I got to shoot this video again. So anyway, so here I got both battery meters hooked up to it. I got this one hooked up to the charge port. This one is obviously it's hooked up to where it was on the bike. So yeah, so So they're off. One of them is 73.9 volts, and the other one is 74.3 volts. So one thing I could do is I could subtract these two numbers, okay, and then I can get a multimeter, stick it in here, and then record that voltage, and then get a multimeter and then stick it to where this one, disconnect the connector, and then connect it in there, and then record that voltage, and then see if the difference is really like that, you know. It could be one of them is just not calibrated properly, so that's one thing I'll do. Yeah, I'll do that. But for the most part, this isn't going to be connected here anymore, and they're pretty close. One is 52, one is 54. I had set it for 65% is 0%, and then 82%, 82 volts is 100%. So when it's like around 80, it'll be like 100. And then, because I know at 65, I know at 65% or 65 volts, this dies. So yeah, the bike dies. So you don't want to thing it, you know, you don't want to go below 65 volts. Once you're at 65 volts, that's it. So that's how I know, like, hey, you know, but yeah, you can still monitor the voltage too. So okay, so I will go do this math, and then I'll let you guys know what's up. All right, but yeah, but pretty much that's it. This is just gonna stay on the charger from now on, so I can tell how much charge it is, because when you're charging the bike, this isn't gonna be on. The cool thing is this does have a thermometer on it. I don't know where it's recording it from. It must be recording it from here, because this one has a probe right here. See, there's a little probe right here. It's broken too. It doesn't work anymore. So, but it's in Celsius, so it's just like, I don't know what's 37 Celsius. But the cool thing is, yeah, you got a thermometer on the bike now, so you can, like, if you wondering how cold it is outside, you can click that, you know. Oh man, I can still smell that putty. But yeah, it's on there. It's on there pretty good. It's not going anywhere. Okay, and then you could turn it on and off too while the bike is on. So, all right. So yeah. All right, so I'm going to go get those numbers real quick, and then we'll see. If that's just the difference between connecting the voltmeter here and here, then that's fine. If that's the difference between this one and this one, then I don't know, something needs some calibration. But they're, like I said, they're pretty damn close. It's only like, what, almost half a volt, like 0.4 volts, okay? All right, here's my go. So here's my findings here. 74.3 minus 73.9, that's 0.4 volts difference, okay? So I measured the other two again with this voltmeter right here, or multimeter, and I got 79.4 minus 78.9. That means that's a half a volt difference. So yeah, it really is off by that much. That's what I would say. So yeah, it's not that the battery meters are off. It's that it's where we're measuring it. For whatever reason, it's higher here than it is here. Okay, so whatever, close enough. All right, so that's it. There it is. Pretty happy with it. I think it turned out really good. I'm really happy. And I'll try to smoothen this out with some sandpaper, you know. But that's pretty much it. That's how it's going to be. And once you turn the bike off, turn it back on, it tells you the state of charge right away. Very good. I like that. Okay, so all I have to do, so I have two places I can check, right here and then right here, okay? So that's good. Because sometimes I'm just looking here. Actually, you can't use it. The only thing is you can't use it when the bike is off. Because that's where you're getting the power from. There's no power from there when you turn it on. So that was the nice thing about the other one. You could plug it in whenever you want and use it. So you could leave it on however long you want. So I can also program this so it'll turn off after a certain amount of time. But I'm just gonna leave it as long as the bike is on. It'll stay on. All right, pretty cool. So that's the end of the vlog. I hope you guys. I hope that was entertaining for you guys. I now have a voltmeter / state of charge indicator on the window on my battery door. So now I can just keep this with my charger. So now I can tell how much charge my battery is when it's charging. So okay, cool deal. I like it. All right. So I'll probably at the end of this clip I'll add a video of me riding the bike with it to show you what it looks like. But it looks like pretty much the same thing, you know. So this one thing to note is that you will get the voltage all the time, but this percentage here may be off. What? Yeah, the percentage may be off. Okay, because if you're using, it's calibrated for the Lightspeed battery, the 72 volt battery. Now, if I have the Suron battery in here, it's not calibrated for that, but it will tell me the voltage. I can get the state of charge right off the battery, so because it already has one on there. So, but it doesn't have a voltage. So that's the good thing. I get a voltage reading, and I get a state of charge. So it's kind of redundant because I have it all here too, also. But this is really hard to read in the daytime. This is one thing I don't like about the NXT display. Like, yeah. And I wish there was a percentage here instead of like a voltage. I wish there was both. I wish there was a voltage and a percentage. So this Hazemig is just weird like that, you know. All right. So after this clip will be a clip of me just riding, and then I'll show you what it looks like while I'm riding. Hopefully it works. All right. Hazemig up. Okay, Hazemig here. I promised I'd show you a video of what it's like to ride with the display, and there it is. You do kind of have to look down a whole lot, just like the stock one. I kind of don't like, but it's okay. It feels like it's easier to read than the Suron one, so it looks like it's a little crooked. I think I put it on a little bit crooked, but it's okay. And you can still see through the old windows. So there it is. This is 100%, 82.2 volts right now. It says 81.7 on the thing. So I think the voltage from the from the charge port is more accurate because it's closer to the one that's on the NXT display. This is 80. It's pretty close though. It's like within a volt, you know. So I guess I can't complain much. Close enough. Alright, so there it is. 97% under load. Probably about a quarter throttle right now. Alright, here's we go. Oh man, this bike just rips, man. Alright, hey, Hazemig here. So it's just a little update for the little battery meter vlog. So I'm done with it. I'm not doing anything else with it. So there it is. It's on there. So tonight I put some finishing touches on it. I used this sandpaper here, or sanding pads. I got like a Daiso. One's a 400 grit and one's a 240 grit. It's for like doing like sanding models and stuff. And I smoothed it down. I noticed it had like a whole bunch of fingerprints on it. And then so I sanded it down with the 240, then the 400, and then I went and painted it with this Tamiya flat black here. Okay, it's not quite the right color. We'll go by yeah, Tamiya flat black. Yeah, so I brush painted it on because I didn't want to spray paint it. I didn't want to do any kind of masking. And then it's actually pretty close. If it's kind of more like a dark gray is what it is. So okay. All right, yeah. So there it is. That's the end of it. It works pretty good. You can see. So when you fire it up, it says what the limits are. So I have it set to. Whoop, something's wrong with my ignition switch. Sometimes it turns on all, and sometimes it doesn't. So 65 and 84 is what I have it set at for the limits. So you got a 56% charge right now and 75.7 volts charge. So it works pretty good. It's easier to see than this one, because it's easier to see than this one in the daylight, because I can't see this at all in the daylight. The good thing about this one is like your shadow is like hovering over it, and you can see it better. So I like it. And also has a temperature function. So right now it's like 21C. I think it's like 21C wherever, you know, wherever it is right now. So unfortunately you can't convert that to Fahrenheit. Hades Omega doesn't really know Celsius all that well, so. But that's a nice little feature to have, you know, ambient temperature. Or whatever the temperature of the gauge is. Okay, and then you can shut it off if you want to, so don't have to use it. Okay, so there you go. It works pretty damn good. Pretty happy. It turns on and off with the bike, and then you could turn it off manually. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. So it works with the Lightspeed battery and the Sauron battery too, like I mentioned, like I showed you earlier. So there's that too. Unfortunately, whatever you program it for is going to work best with it. The state of charge will work with it. So if I put the Sauron battery in, the state of charge is wrong. But I still have the window here for the stock battery meter. So we'll be using that one and that one for the Sauron battery. Okay, so there it is, flat black. It actually looks pretty good. It's not too bad. It's a little bit darker than the cover. The cover is like kind of like a dark gray. It's almost like the gray on the M16. Okay, the M16 isn't quite black. It's gray a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna say. So I think a gunmetal. I think this is gunmetal. The frame is gunmetal. So it's close to a gunmetal. It's like more like a carbon. Yeah, gunmetal. It's gunmetal. So maybe I could try gunmetal, but I think it's pretty close. Before it was like a kind of a light gray, so you could definitely tell the difference. So I also thought about painting like around where the gauges are and then around the buttons, but I'm like, it's okay. I'll just leave it like that. It does kind of stick out like a sore thumb a little bit. It's like a light gray color, so I'm not too sure. Maybe I'll paint the whole thing. All I got to do is just leave the little window open, you know. One thing I do notice is this window kind of gets scratched up really easily, so maybe every once in a while I'll have to throw some kind of plastic polish on it to make it clear again. So okay, so there you go. That's the battery meter for the Sauron Lightbee. Looks good so far. All right, here's what we got. Hope that helps some people out if you want to add a voltmeter to your bike. I think it's a good little accessory to have.